Hey, everybody, this is Troy Alexander, Inspiration with Troy Alexander. I am excited to be back one more time tonight to encourage you to dream. My goodness, take that step and walk with purpose into your destiny. That's our motto, y'all. So we encourage you to never give up on your dream. I'm so excited tonight to have a phenomenal guest. But before we go there, again, follow us. We're on Facebook, Troy Alexander. We're on Instagram. I love taking photos at Troy Alexander Photo. Follow us on Instagram. We're on YouTube, Inspiration with Troy Alexander. And listen, our nonprofit, calltoinspire.org. Calltoinspire.org. Again, I encourage you, no matter, listen, I told somebody the other day, I learned how to get up every time I fell. I learned how to get up another way and to become stronger and greater. I talked about the seed the other time. Come on, y'all. It might be buried, but guess what? Something is coming out. Something is being birthed from where it is now. So I'm telling you right now, may not see much now, but go back again. I'm telling you, keep on cultivating your purpose. Keep on cultivating your passion and your dreams. And I'm telling you right now, one day, it's going to be greater than what it was in the beginning. So listen, I'm excited tonight. We have a phenomenal guest. I'm so grateful that she agreed to be a guest on our broadcast tonight. Listen, she is an author. She has a book signing coming up, y'all, on March 11th in Middletown, Delaware. We're going to talk about that. She's a social worker with a bachelor's and master's degree, a motivational speaker. Yeah, I said it. I ain't done yet. Listen, a youth minister, my goodness, entrepreneur, and her desire is to motivate and encourage women of all ages to dream, set goals, and live in excellence. Let's welcome TONISHA GOSA. Welcome, TONISHA. How are you tonight?
Thank you, thank you, thank you for having me. I am well.
Wonderful. We are so honored to have you tonight. Listen, I have to ask you, first of all, congratulations on your journals, your books, my goodness, your publications. You're getting ready to have a book signing on this coming weekend, which I'm so happy that you can be on our broadcast to even promote it the more, because I'm telling you, it's phenomenal. So my first question to you is, what inspired you to even create these journals?
So my mom gave me my first journal when I was a preteen. And then later on in life, my bonus mom, she gave me this huge journal. And so those two journals, I was able to really just allow my thoughts and, my feelings and different experiences to really just flow. I didn't have a teacher grading it. I didn't have to have any punctuation mark. I didn't have to have the right spelling. It was my personal journal where I can just freely just write and just be able to, put in there the desires and the dreams and the goals that I had. And to have had that journal from a preteen, and I still have it to this day, and I'm 35. And to see the growth and the progression, down through the years is just amazing.
Wow. It sounds so liberating.
Yes, it is.
Yes. How often did you write in your journal?
I didn't give myself a time. I didn't give myself, oh, well, I'm going to write and every month or every week. It's whenever I felt it.
Wow.
Whenever I felt that I needed to, and I could always, I talk to, my parents, talk to family members, but this was between me and God, really, this journal that I had. And so it was whenever I felt like I needed to, release.
Wow. I love it. Well, listen, I am so inspired by your journals and even the titles. Listen, The Warrior Within and The Unleashed Warrior. I love those titles. Tell me, how did you come up with those titles?
So The Warrior Within, I was looking, I declared that 2023 would be a year of unleashing and unlocking those things and those goals and dreams that God has placed in us. And I'm one that people who know me know that I'm not really all, about the limelight and being up front. And some people tell me, you just don't know what you have inside of you. And so I just purposed within my heart that 2023 was going to be the year that I was just going to let go and let God and unleash and unlock, all that God has put in place inside of me. So the warrior within, I had young people in mind for that title. And I wanted them to know that there is a warrior that was put in them inside their mother's womb. And also on the front of that journal, you see names on the
Yes.
mirror.
Yes.
And those names that are on the mirror are friends, cousins that have impacted my life down through the years. And it's so important for us because it is Women's Month too. So it is important for us as women, to surround ourselves with, women who are going places, women who are dreaming, women who are, not just sitting around and being, talking about others or being jealous or envious, but who know that they have a warrior within them and a purpose that they need to fulfill. Because we don't have time for, nonsense. We have so much that God has equipped us and instilled in us to do. So that was the warrior within. And then the unleashed warrior, like I said before, was to really unlock and unleash goals and dreams and desires that have been held hostage for whatever reason for so many years because of fear, because of rejection, because of not feeling like they're good enough. And then on the front of that journal, you will see 3 women holding a shield, and on the shield I have names on that as well. And those names are women who have shielded me down through the years with prayer, with encouragement. And Troy, I'm telling you, like you talk about a village, and I could not, I guess I would have to have almost the size of a Bible if I really put everybody in there of all the women that have impacted my life. But I just, highlighted a few, but there's so many women that have impacted my life. So I wanted to give what was given to me. Wow. And that was encouragement. That was, the push that you can do this. You can, you got what it takes. You're stronger than what you even believe. So I wanted to share that with some other woman, with some other young person, that you got it. You got it, girl.
Listen, Miss TONISHA, I got to tell you, you are such an inspiration. You are just powerful. You're amazing. And I got to ask you, because when I saw that title, Unleashed, right? Unleashed Warrior, I said to myself, like, that's a strong person that's willing, because when you unleash something, you're willing to be vulnerable. Tell me, was it a moment? Was it an experience, or was it experiences? What gave you the courage to say, now, me, TONISHA GOSA, I'm going to unleash this? Because when you do that, you become vulnerable, right? You expose yourself, right? Because now you're out there. Right. What gave you the strength or the courage to say to yourself that you can do this, and that now was the time?
I would say the end of last year, going into this year, and I'm going to be open and transparent. I was diagnosed a few years ago with PCOS, and that's called polycystic ovarian syndrome. And it can cause infertility. And so my husband and I, we've been married for about 9 years now, and no children yet. And so at the end of, like I said, at the end of last year, going into this year, I felt a tug to put it out there of my experience. And I just basically did a Facebook post of, you know, my experience and my journey with it. And the last thing that I said was, I am going to do something to encourage and to inspire the next woman. And so that's kind of where I said, you know what, I'm going to do this. You know, I'm going to do this for the warrior who's experiencing infertility. I'm going to do this for the warrior, you know, who is not certain about her dream and is fearful about, you know, going forward. I'm going to do this, you know, for the girl who didn't have someone to push her. And so that's where the end of last year, going into this year, I said, you know what, let's do this. A few years ago, I had the idea of doing the journal, but as you stated, I believe that God is pulling on me and saying now is the time. So here we are.
Wow. Wow. Thank you. Thank you for being willing, being strong enough. And just thank you, because so much of what you just said is helping and has helped so many in this moment right now and those that is to come. So thank you for sharing. Thank you for being real. Thank you for being transparent. Thank you for being the amazing you. Thank you for changing and impacting lives. So I was so moved by you describing, and I was going to ask you about the covers of your journals, right? Again, the warrior with the sword and the shield, but the one with the young woman or the young girl looking in the mirror. To me, it appeared as though the one looking in the mirror, like she was seeing who she is becoming or has become in that. So that's kind of what I took away from it, like see who you are now and who you are still becoming.
That's
Was
right.
Yes. So tell me more about that.
So as you can see on that journal with the young girl, she's looking in a mirror with plain clothing, and on the other side of the mirror is plain clothing. And then when she's looking inside the mirror, she's looking like a princess, you know, like a warrior princess. And so as you stated, that I want young ladies to know, and even women of all ages to know, that what you see currently is not the end of the story. That there is, as I stated before, there is more within you. So keep looking, see it before you see it.
Wow.
See it before you see it.
Wow.
So keep looking in that mirror and keep seeing the beautiful young woman, you know, that you were created to be. Keep seeing the entrepreneur. Keep seeing the teacher, the president of the CEO of a company. Keep seeing, you know, the hairstylist. Keep seeing the multi-million-dollar business.
Yes.
Keep seeing those things in that mirror.
Yes.
Actually, I'm gonna let you in on a little secret.
Okay.
I'm actually gonna have a replica of the mirror and the sword and the shield, excuse me, and the sword at my book signing. And that's gonna be where people can actually sign and write their names, whatever it is that they wanna, you know, say to me, or just wanna write their name, they'll be able to do so.
Wow. Wow. Listen, I'm gonna tell you what I saw. Miss Tonisha is what I saw. Now, I don't know for next week, but you may have to have another one. But I got an actual sword.
Okay.
I'm seeing at your book signing or on your tour, I don't know what's coming after the book signing, but something's coming more after it. But where women can actually take a sword and a shield and take a picture.
That's it.
And I might be your photographer.
That's it. Right there.
All I know is, you know, look in the mirror, see what you're going to become. But as you were talking about that being in the store or at the book signing, like I said, man, imagine if they actually had a sword and a shield they can hold and take a picture of all right. So I'm excited about, listen, I wish I can be there, you know, with you, and don't be surprised because It might happen, but
Come on down. Come on down.
my desire is to be there. But I'm just so proud of you and the impact that you're gonna. But more so on you first. I love the fact that you have unleashed something greater in, and you talked about fear and things holding you back. Thank you for sharing that. That was a powerful moment to be able to say, you know what, I'm just going to share this. I'm going to unleash this. Yeah. And do you feel it has made you a stronger person?
Absolutely. After even back when I had put the post out on Facebook, I was like, wow, like I because that's dealing with infertility, that's a really, really sensitive topic. And it's happening more frequently. I'm noticing around my age group. And so when I released that, I began to get inboxes. I began to get text messages of young ladies who are experiencing the same thing. Didn't know, in my own family. Wow. And did not know.
Wow. Well, all I know is you are changing, you are impacting, and even just one life is powerful enough. Yeah. And it's worth it all. So I thank you. Can continue. As I said earlier, I don't know. Do you see a book tour? Do you see a motivational to like? I want the dates. Tell me where you're going. You know, I can promote it and be like, listen, y'all better stay connected, right? Because again, there's so much more, and this platform. Oh my goodness! Listen. Just get ready for an overflow. And listen, don't worry about how it looked like at first.
That's it.
Come on now. Listen, don't get me talking.
That's it. That's it right there. Because you can't get caught up on, oh, I don't have this, lined up, or I don't have. Listen, as long as God is directing you, my husband always tells me, as long as God is in it and he told you to do it, you can go for it.
I hear it. Listen, I just, again, I'm so proud of you and all that you're doing. What would you say in this journey of this unleashing a warrior in you and the warrior within, and that recognition and the realization of it in you? What would you say that you've learned most about you?
What I've learned most about me, great question. Is that I really do. I was born, I believe that one of my gifts is to encourage and to uplift. And when I look back, over my life, it's like everything kind of lined up to this point. I listened to stories of my family. My mom is talking about how growing up, my birthday's on Halloween. So I would literally take my birthday money, save it until Christmas so that I could buy Christmas gifts. Wow. Or I would get an angel from off the pin angel tree so that I can purchase a gift for a child whose parent, isn't able to. I chose a career in the helping profession. So I really do believe that I was put on this earth to encourage and to motivate and to uplift people.
Wow, you are. I'm telling you, Ms. TONISHA, you are doing it. You are doing it, and just continue to be strong, to believe, to trust. You're trusting in God and your faith, and just continue and let every experience make you stronger and let it raise you up even higher, that your voice can be heard even the more, because more people need to hear your story, your testimony, your victory, your victorious message, all of that, and let them know you are still whole, right? Even though you may be going through this experience and that experience, you are still whole in who you are, and you have purpose that's greater than just one moment. So thank you for sharing. Thank you.
Let me tell you,
Yes,
very
yes.
quickly, if I may. I always say that the devil tried to count me out even in the womb,
Mm,
because truth be told, I shouldn't be here. Because the doctors told my mother when she said she was about 6 months pregnant that she should terminate the pregnancy because I had Down syndrome.
wow.
And my mother had enough faith to believe that she was going to have this baby and this baby was going to be all right. And so here I am. I'm more than all right.
Come on now. Come on now. Yes. What? Listen, listen, the journey just gets better and better. I'm like, so you, there was a moment that you might not have been here.
And I may not have even been here because the doctor told her. See, that's why we can't listen to what those doctors, no offense to doctors if you're on here, but listen, we know Dr. Jesus.
Come on now. Come on
And so he said otherwise. And so here I am.
wow.
Yes.
Wow. Well, listen, I'm so glad that your mother had enough faith to
Amen.
believe that the same God that performed the first surgery on Adam, right,
Yeah.
and took a rib and made woman. So
Yeah.
to trust
Yeah.
that God, that's a blessing.
Yeah.
That's a blessing. And look what through her faith, look
Mhm.
what it has produced in you.
Absolutely.
And I'm telling you, this is only the beginning. Out of all, listen, y'all, I read it earlier, social worker, bachelor's and master's, motivational speaker, youth minister, entrepreneur, and guess there's more. So she has just begun. This is only the beginning. And so I'm grateful for your mother, my goodness, having that faith, because we're here today talking about the blessing and this book launch, and I'm so excited for you and the impact that it's going to have. Are you prepared? Because I'm telling you, more people are going to reach out to you. Are you ready to go on the road?
I'm ready. I'm ready, shaking, scared, and all. I'm ready.
Wow. Well,
I am ready. I believe that this is I believe it's my turn and my time. I do. I believe that I've been holding back long enough. And I've had some great, examples. That's also what has helped me to get here too. I've had some amazing women in my life that have encouraged me to do do what I'm doing today. I have an aunt who's was a female chemist. She just retired not long ago. My bonus mom just wrote a children's book. My mom, she has an organization and a podcast. I have aunts who are, just doing great things, supervisors, and just doing amazing things.
yes, yes. Well, listen, I'm gonna add you to the list, Miss Tonisha GOSA. I'm gonna add you to the list as well. So that's a wonderful list, and you on the list. You are on the list. And I don't know if this is what you're going to do, but as you were talking, you know how they have like book clubs where they
Yes.
have people to read like a chapter or two and then come back together and talk about it. So I don't know if this was in your vision, on your vision board, on your plan, but as you were talking, I saw like I wouldn't be surprised if you were led to have like these book conversations, right? Like for those who get the journal and who share, and once every so often, those who have it come together and just share what impact this journal has had in their life. So I'm just saying, as you're talking, I'm seeing what I see. So now,
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So I'm just again proud of you. Wow. For those who may not have reached the place where they can say, you know what, I can actually publish a book. I can actually be an entrepreneur. I can actually, my goodness, be a youth minister, a social worker, motivation. What would you say to that person that in terms of they just like don't see their dream, don't see that in their life, what would you say to them to encourage them to hold on?
I didn't see today. I did not. I knew that there was something in me. I knew that there was a call. There's a call on my life, even as a little girl. But I didn't know how it would unfold. And so what I would say is, of course, remain prayerful. And I can't stress this enough. You have to surround yourself with the right people. I hear a well-known preacher, he says that he has his Peter, James, and John. And so you have to surround yourself, with a core village, a core team who's not just going to be a yes man, but who's going to, don't do that. Or no, I don't, and who's going to pray with you.
Wow.
Who's going on days where you just don't know or you're uncertain, you can call and say, can you just pray with me? Like I have friends who we fast together, like they encourage me, I encourage them. We read the word together, do different things to not only, of course we need to feed our natural, our physical, but we also need to feed our spiritual so that we can continue to keep pressing forward. And so you may not see it today, but like I said, look in the mirror.
Wow.
See it before you see it.
Wow.
And just know that, God has a plan and a purpose for your life, because you would not be here if he did not.
Wow. 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 See it before you see it.
See it before you.
I love that. I love that. So now I got to ask you, because so many times people see those, as we talked about on the pre-show, those who are at the top of the mountain, or what may appear, right, to be at a level that is like, wow, that's amazing that you reached that plateau in life. So I got to ask you, is there any part of your journey you wish you could change or do differently?
Any part of my journey that I wish I could change or do different? The only thing that I wish I could change would be some of the people that are in my life that aren't here any longer. I wish that they could be here right now, and then share this space and place with me. I've been blessed I just have been blessed down through the years and just as a youngster being raised. I am a church baby. I'm a church baby. So and just allowing and continuing that and being in that same vein throughout, college, throughout grad school, just holding on to what was instilled to me. So I don't have any regrets, so to speak, or anything that I could think of that I would change or do differently, other than have some of my loved ones here with me today.
Well,
Because I believe too, Troy, that we have to trust what God allows. And this was taught to me by my bonus mom. Because she would, always say, you gotta trust what God allows, trust what God allows, and so I'm learning as I get older to just trust what God allows. So the good, the bad, the indifferent, the ugly, the pretty, whatever, you have to trust what he allows and know that he has your best interest at heart. And it's all gonna work out.
Listen, it is definitely a process.
Yes.
And it's important that people understand, right, that it's a process. They see, right, they I've heard the phrase, they see your glory but don't know your story, right? So it's important to understand there's a process, and that process doesn't always feel good. That process can be painful at times. So I want to ask you, was there ever a moment that you felt that you wouldn't be here or wouldn't be who you are now? Did you have those moments or doubts about life or about anything forward or anything of that nature? Not that you did, but I'd like to ask, did you ever have any moments of doubt or fear or the ability, right, to not see what you see, right? So did you ever have a moment where you couldn't see what you?
Absolutely. I've had moments of frustration, doubt, fear, worry, discouragement. I've definitely had those moments, but like the book says, the journal says, the warrior within and the unleashed warrior, I had to dig deep. I had to dig in and say, listen, you got this, girl. You got this. Come on. You got to get up and shake yourself off. You know, the God didn't promise us that we wouldn't, he didn't say that we wouldn't have, you know, valleys. He didn't say that we would not go through or would not struggle, but he said he'll be there. He said that he said that he'll lead us, he'll guide us, you know, he'll direct us. You know, he said that we're the head and not the tail. So we have to, and one of the things that my godmother, God rest her soul, she always said was, get some word in you. Get some word in you that will carry you in those moments. You know, those moments where you just don't know what to do. Even if it's just one scripture.
Wow.
One scripture. So, you know, just pulling on that in those times has definitely carried me through. But yes, there's been some frustrating moments for sure. Definitely has.
Well, thank you. Thank you for being the warrior that you are. Thank you for fighting through all those fears and doubts and uncertainties. Thank you for fighting through the pain and the tears to be the woman, the person that you are today, who we see and who you are still becoming. I can't wait to see what's next for you. I can't wait, because I know something greater. I see it. And I don't just say stuff to be saying stuff. People that know me, I don't just say, like, I see something greater in store for you. I'm so excited about what's coming next for you. So I can't wait. I can't wait to see the next posting, the next tour dates. I don't know what's coming, but I just know I'm excited about what's coming next for you. And I can't wait.
Yes.
So I wanted to ask you, if you had to identify, you know, maybe 3, 4, but if you had to identify some of the main characteristics that of you that has helped you get to where you are, to help others, you know, who are listening and watching, you know, what were some of the characteristics about you or processes that helped you to develop in who you are today that you think are key for you, but then also that can be a benefit to others?
Sure. One of the things is that you have to believe in yourself. Yeah, we can believe in you. You know, mom and dad, sister, brother, your pastor, you know, we can all believe in you, but you have to believe in yourself too. The Bible says to have the faith the size of a mustard seed. So even if it's not even, you know, your belief in yourself isn't grandiose, even if it's just small, you know, just to know that you're going to, you know, make it. That's enough right there to allow you to get up in the morning. Also, another characteristic of that I would say is that I'm goal oriented. I always knew some of the things that I desired, you know, that I wanted. One of the things was I knew at an early age that I wanted to be married. So at 26 years old, I got married. When I was 5 years old, I'm always reminded of this. When I was 5 years old, I said that I was going to be a pastor's wife.
Okay, at 5 years.
And My husband is a youth pastor. And I remember as we were preparing, say, Lord, I didn't know what I was saying. I was only 5 years old.
Wow. Wow. He
So,
heard your prayer.
yeah, he heard me. He definitely heard me. So, being goal oriented, even if the goal that you put in place isn't exactly unfolds exactly how you envisioned it, put it in place and then release it to God and allow him to be able to work it out how he desires to
Wow.
work it out. I had one journal in mind. I didn't know I was going to do two.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
You know,
Well, I love it.
yeah.
Well, again, as I said, I am so proud of you. And I saw your post. Something moved me.
Mm,
I saw the words you use as to what the intentionality of what you're trying to do is. That moved me. When I
mm,
saw the covers of the journals, that moved me. When I saw the words that you chose to use on the cover, that moved me. And I know I'm not the only one. And I know there's going to be many people that have been moved and will be moved and that will get that, even if not for themselves, for their daughter, their granddaughter, their right, of all ages. And so, you know what, just so you know, mine has already been ordered.
all right.
So,
Let me say this too. The meaning of these journals are still uncovering.
wow.
Um, I don't fully understand
Mm,
why the journals are what they are. I know enough to have, published them, but I don't know the full intent or the full manifestation of them as of yet. I just was obedient and said yes
wow.
without having all the details, so to speak.
So we talked about before the show. So you had an Abraham experience.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, but you know what? I'm telling you, Miss Tonisha, that is even more powerful when you're walking by faith and obedience.
Mhm.
That is because you don't, because to me, there's no end. This is limitless
Yes.
to what it can. And what I love about it is you haven't framed it so that it has to stay within the box,
Yeah.
right? So you've unleashed it openly
Yes.
without limitation.
Without limitation.
Knowing, and what I love about you and what you just said is you don't, there's so much more coming. You don't even see the magnitude
No.
of the impact that this is having and going to have. So I'm like, wow.
Yes.
I'm like, wow. I'm like, wow. So I can't wait to see the impact that these journals are going to have on
Yes.
of all ages. And I'm just grateful for you. Are you able to share like some of the content of like what
Yes.
is it just open, or are there certain kind of sections that they write in with some headings, or what's the content like if there is some inside the journal?
Absolutely. Um, so the journal is 120 pages, and throughout the journal, there are affirmations. I don't know if you can see it really good, but there's affirmations throughout the journal. And there's, sporadic. And so what I did was I actually, and this is something that I don't know if many people know, but the affirmations are my affirmations. But in addition to my affirmations, I wanted to include some of my village in my journals.
Wow.
So I asked my aunts and different ones to write a personal affirmation, and those are included in this journal. And then after the affirmations, then there's a page for you to write your thoughts. And I wanted it to be this big. I mean,
I
how
love
many
it.
journals have you seen that's in that by 11?
I was going to ask you, I've never seen a journal that size.
Yes, I wanted it to be this big because, as I said in the early on, my mother gave me a journal as a preteen, and then later on, my bonus mom gave me one, and the journal was huge. And so, as I was sitting down, writing out what I wanted to look like and the vision and what God was giving me, I thought about that huge journal because I want the women who get these journals to have enough room and enough space and capacity to hold, to be able to release and unleash in these journals what God is downloading in them.
Wow.
So they need room. They need all this room. They need all that and more.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
So that is what's inside of the journal.
I love it.
Yeah.
Yes. Tonisha, as you were talking, I can see people writing in this journal and getting healed.
Amen.
I felt that, I saw that as you open. I'm saying to myself, people are going to be writing in this journal, unleashing some things. Mm-hmm. And as those that were healed, as they write in your journal, I in my spirit is telling me, there are people that are going to come and say, I was healed as I was writing.
Wow.
I don't know. I'm just, I feel it in my spirit. So, but just powerful, but yes, I was going to ask you, the size of it is, and the color, purple.
Yes.
Royalty.
Royalty. Yes.
It is a beautiful, beautiful journal, and journals with the two covers. So I'm excited to get, matter of fact, I'm gonna order the other one too, because I got two, no, as a matter of fact, I got 4 nieces.
Okay.
4 nieces. No, I I don't know. I got a large family, but I'm gonna buy enough so I can get them all.
Yes.
Yes. I'm definitely going.
If I may, I want to share just one thing out of the journal.
Absolutely.
I don't know if you find really journals that have a dedication page. I decided and I felt led to put a dedication page in this journal. And it says, this journal is dedicated to the warrior who fights for what she believes in, never holds back, fiercely moves towards her goals and dreams, not buries down with courage, and does not give up when faced with adversity. And so I wanted to dedicate these journals to every warrior out there that, as we've been saying, that feels like they don't have enough fight in them. So I want to encourage them that yes, you do. You still have a little bit more in you. You still have a little bit more you still have a lot more really in you, but you still have enough to be able to get out there and fight. Because I believe that we're in a season and in a time where the warriors need to rise up. You look at the news, you see what's going on in the school systems, and it's time out for the warriors sitting back and not standing up for what's right.
Wow. And all I know is you are creating a warrior clan that they don't have to fight by themselves.
No.
There's a clan of women and young women that's going to fight together. So you're not in this battle by yourself. Right?
And you said something that I definitely I believe in, and that is that I want people or women to know that they're not alone. They're not alone, because the enemy wants us to feel like we're alone and we're by ourselves.
Yes.
He does. He wants us to feel like there's nobody else experiencing, what I'm experiencing, or nobody understands. The devil is a liar. You're not alone. There are other women out here that are on the battlefield, that are that are fighting. So yes, that's the idea of having, these three women here, because there isn't any, you should never feel like you're alone.
Wow. And what I love about even the picture, one thing that stands out to me is there's no space in between them.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
There's
Yeah.
an overlapping of strength.
Yes.
So it's like they're connected,
Mm-hmm.
not apart. So
That's right. That's
thank
it. That's it. That's it.
you. Thank you. That's awesome. Awesome and amazing. Well, listen, I know we done talked about a lot of things. I'm so excited about just who you are, who you're still becoming. I wanted to ask you, is there, because again, you're doing so much, again, being a social worker and having those amazing degrees, which I know I done been through, entrepreneur, youth minister, I mean, just more and more motivational speaking, all that you do. Is there more that you want to share with us about your journey? I know we're focusing on the journals and of course the book, and we want to learn more about the timing and the location for next week and how long you're going to be there and all of that. So we'll do that. But is there more that you want to share with us that I haven't asked you about your journey to this point that you want to share with us?
I just want to say that you can do it. You can do it. Whatever that it is, know that you can do it. And I want to encourage you and to know that you, like we already said, you're not in this alone, and that you have what it takes. You have what it takes to go forward and to be great, because I believe that God has put greatness in all of us. We just have to channel it.
Wow.
And know that we are great and there's greatness in us.
Yes. Listen, I am so honored again to have had you. And again, I just wanted to ask you, you talked about so many, on that shield that have been a covering for you. So I always ask my guests, is there anyone that they want to acknowledge that has been a part of that? But again, you talked about so many, but I'm still going to ask you, is there anyone or ones that you want to sort of give special acknowledgement to that has been a part of your journey thus far?
Oh my goodness. I call my mother Mary, in the sense that she, I asked her one day, I said, well, Mom, how is it that you have, when did you know that I wasn't all yours, or I wasn't just for you? Because ever since a little girl, a baby, everybody has always wanted, a piece of me. And she said that she knew that what God had placed over me, and what God had in store for me, was too great for her to contain and hold and keep to herself. So she had to release me, and to be able to be a sister, a friend, a daughter, a cousin, a daughter-in-law, a granddaughter to so many different people. And so kudos to you, Mom, for, really, really, knowing that I wasn't just for you, that you had to, let me go and be who God has called and is calling me to be.
Wow. Wow. Well, I am grateful that the release of you has been the unleashing of who we see today.
Amen.
So thank you just for all of who you are, and we are grateful. So I have to ask you now, please tell us about this book signing. It's coming Saturday. My goodness, is it Middletown, Delaware? Is that right?
Down Delaware, yes.
Yes. You got the address, the time, how we get there. Can we get there by bus, train, car?
Come on. Yes, you could listen, I have to say it to my spiritual parents too, because it's going to be at the church. And they have allowed me to be able to host this at the church. So, thank you to them. But yes, it's 100 West Green Street in Middletown, Delaware. I have people coming from all over, as far as Alabama. My bonus mom is coming from Alabama,
Awesome.
Maryland, Jersey, of course. Just all over. So yes, you can get there by plane, bus, train, car, come on down and just be a part of this amazing day. Not because of me, it's all because of God, of course, because I couldn't do this without him, on my side. So we're gonna have, I don't want to give out, I think I've given out enough. I don't want to give out too much, but just know that it's going to be one to remember.
What time does it start?
It starts at 1:30.
1:30 in the afternoon.
Yes, in the afternoon.
And is there an end time or no?
1:30 to 4:30.
So 1:30 to 4:30, and give the address again.
100 West Green Street in Middletown, Delaware.
And what's the name of the church?
Living Grace Worship Cathedral.
And the pastors?
The pastors are none other than Bishop Jeffrey Broughton Sr. and Pastor Dawn Broughton.
You like to always give a shout out. And so
Yes.
yeah, shout out to the past. Thank you, pastors, and thank you to
Yes.
for allowing this amazing young lady to have her book signing and release there. Again, so proud of you. For those who may want to connect with you after this broadcast, about inviting you or connecting with you, just learning from you, what are your social media? How would somebody get in touch with you?
Absolutely. Before I give that, I definitely have to give a shout out to Regeneration. They are the youth and young adult who my husband and we have the pleasure of serving. So Regeneration, y'all, I know y'all out there watching. Thank y'all so much. So I have Facebook. So Facebook, I am TONISHA GOSA on Facebook. I have Instagram, and that is Mrs. TONISHA GOSA. I'm also on TikTok, and that is TGOSA. And I think that's about all the social media. Also, my email is tonishagosa@gmail.com. So I can be reached by email as well.
Right. Well, listen, any last word, any concluding words of inspiration that you would like to share at this time before we close?
Well, one, thank you so much. Thank you for having me. Thank you for believing in me enough to have me on your show. I really do appreciate it, and I'm grateful for this time. And the only other thing that I have to say is, come on, ladies, let's unleash the warrior that is in you, and know that the warrior within you is so much greater than what you see now.
Everybody, please, Miss TONISHA GOSA. Thank you so much, Miss TONISHA. I'm so proud of you. Again, thank you for being a guest on our broadcast. It was an honor, a privilege. I look forward to one day meeting you in person and getting your autograph and getting a selfie, if your husband's okay with it. But all of that, I want to just say thank you so much. Again, so proud of you and just honored to have you on our broadcast. I'm so excited for what's coming next for you. And I do want to get your autograph though. But I'm so grateful for you and all that God is doing in your life and more that is to come. Thank you. Everybody, again, let's applaud Miss TONISHA GOSA. And again, this is Troy Alexander, Inspiration with Troy Alexander. We come on to uplift you and to encourage you to not give up on your dream. Our motto is dream, take that step and walk with purpose into your destiny. So go get that dream. Thank you for your love and support. And listen, it's not over. There's more coming after this. So know that it is just the beginning. It's not the end. Thank you so much for your support. Have a great night and go get that dream. Thank you so much. Have a good night.
Bye.